I'm Times-Union education reporter Tia Mitchell, and today Superintendent Ed Pratt-Dannals visited the Times-Union newsroom for the first time. Superintendent Pratt-Dannals was appointed to the position in October, and today he just came to meet with Times-Union reporters and editors, and he talked about some of his priorities, and we also asked him a few questions. When he was discussing his priorities and introducing himself, he spoke about the process that the school system is undergoing in creating a strategic plan. That's something that former Superintendent Joseph Wise was criticized for, because he didn't necessarily have a strategic plan that was one document that had all the goals outlined. And so what Superintendent Pratt-Dannals with the school board, as well as the Alliance for World-Class Education, is they're getting it all together, cobbling a lot of different documents that are already in place, and doing some outreach and some meetings to make sure that the plan kind of really gives the district direction and focus. And he has 6 goals that he's created with the help of the school board, which are eliminating the achievement gap, improving the graduation rate, hiring the best teachers and principals for schools, making sure schools are safe and respectful places. That's the whole crime and safety aspect. Family and community support. He's very big on community involvement and communication. And the 6th goal is high quality support, basically saying the district level people are really giving the support to the schools to make them the most effective that they can be. And so now we're going to hear a little bit from Superintendent Pratt-Dannals about the strategic plan.
I have 6 goals that have been vetted. That's both through the school board, and now we have a group that the Alliance has pulled together. It's kind of a larger group than just the Alliance board. I don't know if you know, the Alliance is going through a change process where they're expanding, becoming more representative of Jacksonville. And this is kind of their first foray into this group, and they had volunteered to help us with some of the specifics of the strategic planning process. So the first has to do with overall academic improvement. No surprise there. That's our #1 goal, and also closing gaps, which in Jacksonville is primarily around the issues of race and economic level. Second is graduation rate improvement, but we want to make sure that's in the context of not just students graduating from high school, but students ready for college, post-secondary and work. And the third one is to hire, to have the best teachers and principals in the country. That's focused on the school base. Now, we still need great people in finance and facilities, et cetera, but the focus has to be on the classroom and the people that support them, who are the principals. Fourth area is to have safe and civil schools where there's respect practiced. We see a lowering of issues within school, and also find a better way of dealing with the issues that come from outside the neighborhood into schools. The 5th one has to do with much better job in the area of community engagement and communications in general. And finally, the 6th goal is to have high-performing management so that all of our district support staff is truly supporting schools in the kind of goals that we have in 1 through 5. And the reason we listed that, even though it's kind of a supporting goal, is pretty important when we look at how we use resources, who we hire, how we task them, how we evaluate them. Particularly in a district that has 14,000 employees, we need to make sure we're getting value out of each person, and that the attitude is truly one of support. So that's one whole arena, that's strategic plan. We're finishing it by April. So we go to the Alliance, we bring back work to the board. This is back and forth process, and we're posting a lot of this to the web. We're sending it out electronically to teachers and principals, to school advisory councils, to PTAs, and so forth. It's a fairly regressive timeline. The reason we're trying to shoot for April is because we're trying to hit our budget cycle. So we view this as kind of version 1.0 of the strategic plan, and it'll be an iterative process. We'll continually to try and get feedback from the community. Are we moving forward? Are we hitting our targets? If not, what ideas do you have? So to truly engage the community.
Be sure to check out the other topics discussed by Superintendent Pratt-Dannals during his visit with the Florida Times-Union editorial board. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Amanda Warford.